Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Both of you guys said something very different about how we met, right?
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, David doesn't remember anything.
Shit. He's a blank slate. He hit refresh as soon as we got out of middle school.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you remember everything, ignoring me specifically, and not talking to me for a year, right? Before we started actually communicating, like as friends.
And from 4th to 5th grade or 5th to 6th grade?
It was in. Well, okay. So technically, me and you started like talking in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
And David just kind of was like a part of you, and he just emerged. Yeah. And you're like, this is David.
Came out of my butt.
Yeah.
And gave birth to him.
Yes.
He was taller than he is now, if you could believe that.
No,
it was a weird Benjamin Button situation.
David's been the same height, same voice.
Since like Hilly.
Yes.
Straight up since middle school, I have been like this. I used to be a freak giant, but now I just realized that I'm just normal sized. So it's good.
No, it
sounds like an infomercial. Like, I used to be a freak giant, but now I'm a fully normal adult man.
I mean, I still kind of am. People ask me to reach stuff from like high places all the time.
That makes you a freak. You're a freak.
I'm a freak.
So anyway,
he's been the same.
So he's been the same,
but he forgot everything.
But forgot how we even met. So,
yeah.
So what do we? Let's think about the collective. Like, what does the collective remember?
The collective.
What does the trio remember? Because I remember the first sleepover, right? Like where you were just like, "Hey, this is David. He's sleeping over."
Do I remember that? Well, I remember we would go over to your place, and you both would bully me in Gears.
We need to clear the air on this right now.
Right now, we just got to open up. We're opening up this is the can.
This is the can we're talking about.
Very stinky worms.
All right. Do you remember when I got the Wii? Did we talk about this last time?
I do because, well, not last time, but every time I think about Super Smash Brothers, I remember it's a very vivid, specific memory of me in the backseat of my mom's car, and I know you got a Wii because you had told me I probably at some point earlier in the week at school. You were like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna get a Wii like when it comes out," and I was like, "Yeah, whatever."
Quick side note on that story. So it took forever to find it, and like I made my mom like go find it. Like we were, GameStop didn't have it. I think like Walmart was out of it. Like we called a bunch of places.
Yeah,
that
nothing.
Everybody, everybody, every game store had it sold out because people were smart and they like they pre-ordered it.
Yeah,
and so when we got there to any of Walmart, any of the carriers, Target, we tried Game Crazy, GameStop. All of them were like, yeah, we're sold out.
No Wii's.
So I was like, okay, Kmart at the time, right? Kmart existed still.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, nobody thought to look there because I got there and we got, well, not nobody, but not enough people. Yeah. Because when I got there, we got the last one. So...
Yeah, you like fought a kid for it, right? Or you ripped it out of his hands?
No, that didn't happen.
You say you ran down the aisle to get it.
I did, yeah, but I didn't like fight anybody for it. Oh. But like it was the last one.
So you would have.
Sure.
You would have if there were people.
My mom would have managed the kid's mom, and then I would have taken on the kid.
Right. Classic double team.
So then I get the Wii.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna invite Nick and David over.
Yeah.
Or at this time, I don't know if I think this was before I started hanging out with David. In fact, I found David extremely annoying at first when we first met.
Everyone does. No, just kidding.
Because I was like, my main complaint about David was like, this guy complains about everything. like he's never satisfied with where he is. He just always like complains and then doesn't suggest what else we could do. So it's just like, I'm bored. So what? Okay. So what are we gonna do then? I don't know.
Which to this day has not changed. To this day, David just acts as the compass, but not a very good compass. It just lets you know when you're going in the wrong direction, but it doesn't tell you where the right direction is.
That's right.
It's just a GPS. It's like, no, not here. You're like, well, where?
Yeah. A GPS has said wrong turn and doesn't tell you where you need to turn.
No, try again. Nuh-uh. Nope. But it was fun. I don't remember how because that's another part of this that we haven't really talked about, at least on here we haven't talked about.
At some point in second grade.
Yeah. Well, because I was really good friends with this kid named Trevor. Shout out Trev. Never called you Trev, but I was really good friends with this kid named Trevor, and then he moved, and he was my best friend in first grade. Mm-hmm. And David and we had been going to Ridge.
Yes.
Yeah, we had been going to Ridge together for a year.
This is elementary, by the way, for anybody.
Yeah,
who
this is for anyone who hasn't started stalking us yet. Yeah. These are the details. And we didn't sit next to each other. K and S. That's not anywhere close to one another. Was it a Pokemon thing? I honestly can't remember.
Like I said, I don't remember shit. So
we did establish that.
How do you not remember any of that? Like
it was just too long ago, man.
Like those are vital years, man. You just don't forget those.
No, he took it to the trash bin, emptied out, and he was like, "Well, I need more space. I gotta get all these Koroks
Who needs
seeds."
to remember second grade?
I don't know.
We do, I guess, because second grade kicked ass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, you guys met. Doesn't that mean anything?
Yeah, David. Doesn't that mean anything? I can't remember.
It didn't mean anything in like seventh grade, I guess. It was a piece of shit.
Wait, what? I missed that.
I probably deleted that from my memory a long time ago. It wasn't just last week. I was like,
fair.
I don't remember this anymore.
And it's just permanent undo action.
Yeah.
Just never.
Well, fine. I guess he doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember. I very vaguely remember. Obviously, the first thing I noticed was how tall he was. And then the second thing that I noticed was, I don't know if either of us had a whole lot of friends at that point. It might have just been a survival of the fittest situation. Ever since then, it's just been adding it. Have you ever played Katamari Damacy? No. The little kid with the green head, and he rolls on the ball, and then the more stuff you roll over, the bigger the ball gets.
The monkey thing, the monkey game. No,
that's a different. That's Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I thought.
No, this is Super Kid with a green head ball.
Oh,
is what I'm talking about.
Then no, I don't.
Okay, well, it's kind of like that, but then the metaphor doesn't work anymore because you don't.
Well, then try another one.
Nah,
I quit.
The moment's passed. We can move on to the next thing. Weren't we talking about the Wii at some point?
We were, yeah.
I was just insanely jealous. I was insanely jealous that you had a Wii, and I didn't want it to show, but the only reason I was coming over that day was to play Super Smash Bros. Brawl, to get my hands on it. My first thought was not, I get to play the Wii with Josh. It's, I get to play Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time ever.
So, but would you never, did you not ask, your mom, or your mom just didn't want to get it, or what was it?
I think it must have been a mix of a couple of those things. It was obviously a money thing, but I didn't have any concept of the value of money at that time. Right. None of us really did. No. And the kids that did understand, I don't envy, because those are I don't want to assume, but anytime a kid is mature for their age, it means that, they had to grow up too fast because one reason or another. This isn't.
Typically, traumatic events will do that, yeah.
Right. Or single parent households, or, and I don't want to, again, I don't want to make any assumptions, because I know all families are different, but I was very lucky to have a family that, while I was growing up, would get me the things that I had asked for in moderation, so they felt more special. And I guess with the Wii, my mom, her defense was, you have a PS2, you have a PlayStation, just play that. Mm-hmm. And to be fair, to her credit, a lot of games that I was interested in, like The Incredibles and the movie tie-in games, they were available on all consoles, so I didn't need a Wii for those. Mm-hmm. But then the exclusive games that I missed out on, like Super Mario Galaxy and Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Okami. I missed out on Okami, which I hear is great on the Wii, just getting to use the paintbrush with the Wiimote. Wii Sports. Holy fuck. Sorry.
You're good. No, it's too late. You said it already.
Holy nuggets.
Holy F. Holy nuggets. Yeah, Wii Sports. How did I forget about Wii Sports? The single greatest Wii game, nay, video game of all time.
I mean, the jingle itself is legendary.
Yeah, and the Wii Shop music is legendary.
You know, like I felt it was so futuristic at the time. So when I hear people, that one. When I hear people have covered it, and it's come up in my YouTube feed, and I'll listen to it. I'm like, dude, I used to think this was the future. Remember it was like revolutionary. You could move the character with your hand, and it's like it's motion control.